The Spain U19 team came out and dominated in the World Cup. They didn't lose a single game, and outside of the championship game, it wasn't particularly close. They had great pace, made great decisions, which is a difficult thing to do because you want to play fast, you want to be aggressive, and you don't want to turn the ball over. But at the same time, if teams are too passive, they tend to overshare, overpass, miss out on good opportunities for looks. And Spain, to me, this team had a perfect balance of all that, and they were really, really fun to watch. This possession right here is one of the best examples of their pace and how they play. They bring the ball up, and they got mismatches everywhere, okay? Now we're going to freeze it right here. Hang on. We're going to go back a little bit, right there. That's the frame that I want. Look at all these guys pointing at each other. And what surprises me is this guy right here, their 5-man, he's got the point guard on him. And he's like, no, kick it out top. Let my man out here cook because he's got Canada's 5-man on him. And that's a better mismatch. Ball gets swung around, and this guy gets straight to work, gets downhill, inside out, bang, bang, 3. Watching this in real time is even a little bit better. But I want to reinforce the idea that they don't overpass. They don't overpass. So when this attack happens right here, when it goes inside out to number 12 in the corner here, he catches and shoots it. He doesn't hesitate at all. Great decision, great basketball. Here's another possession where Spain shows great patience, great execution. They want to get the ball inside to Almanza here. And then it comes out. Now watch. They get the mismatch. The point guard is guarding the 5-man right here. And they try to get the ball inside. They finally do. 3 guys collapse, easy inside out. Good shot. I think it's kind of cliche to say that Spain plays great team basketball. That's like what they're known throughout the world. But we need to give a shout out to their coaches too, because some of the game plans that they came up with to take guys out of the game was incredible. This possession in particular was a great one. This was in the quarterfinal against Argentina. Now the player that just caught the ball, number 2 for Argentina, he averaged 17 and 9 throughout the tournament. And the game after this game, when Argentina played Canada, he had 30 and 20. But against Spain, he had 4 points and 1 rebound. Spain did everything right to take him out of the game. And you can tell their coach, he's kind of funny to watch throughout this possession. But they had a great game plan. They trapped on the dribble, and they rotated extremely well. We'll see that here. So on the dribble, they go trap, rotation, steal. Now, I want you to notice number 13 for Spain right here. Watch him throughout this possession. This is part of the reason why they were a great team. So they're out in transition. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to run the floor hard. Look who's there. Decides not to force it out. Kicks it out. Not a shot. But now look at the shot that they end up taking. Nobody guards him. He's a shooter. He's going to shoot it. That's a great shot. And look who's there for the offensive rebound. That's great team basketball. And the ref just stiff-armed this guy. This made me laugh when I watched it. He says, no, we're not doing that today, bro. Great game planning from the coaches, great execution by the players. And you can tell in the clips that I've shown, there's kind of that gray area in that semi-transition or full transition where basketball is kind of up in the air. You have to have confidence in your players to make the right decision. You know, some teams are like, we're just going to run down and take the first quick 3 that we can, or we're going to force it into the paint. And they end up forcing a lot of bad shots. But you've seen in multiple of these situations against mismatches, the big men have gotten it in the paint, and they've been so quick to kick it out. Part of that is because they have talented shooters on the outside, but part of that is just because of the culture of the team. And that's how they play. They share the ball, and they trust each other to make the right decision when they give the ball up, and they trust their guys to be in the right spot. That's years of work and coaching all coming together in one tournament. It wouldn't be fair of me to make this video and not share this possession from Spain. This is their group stage game against France. It's the first possession of the 4th quarter. France plays zone. Look at the player movement. Look at the ball movement. Great interior passing. Not forced again. Inside out. Bang. So this was a funny little blunder by the FIBA production crew here. They got the score right, but everything else on this graphic is wrong. France only has 50 points, but they've made 28 2-pointers. And then Spain ends this game 22 for 40 from 2-point land, but for some reason in this graphic, they're 13 of 43. Another interesting detail of the entire tournament, not just Spain, was watching these players show their mastery of the 0-step rule. For those of you who don't know, the 0-step rule came out in, I believe, 2018 from FIBA, and they basically clarified like what is a travel when gathering the basketball or catching the basketball on the run. An easier way that I've been taught to think about it that helps me is whatever foot you catch the ball with, or whatever foot you catch the ball with, that makes a lot of sense. Whatever foot is down when you gather the ball or catch the ball, that's the same foot you can jump off of. Okay, keep your attention on the guy taking the ball out of bounds. Rafa VR, he was excellent at this. This is probably the cleanest example of the 0-step rule. Nasty. When he catches the ball, his left foot is down. So that's his 0-step. Or if you want to think about it the way that I think about it, is that's the foot he can jump off. So he takes no dribbles here. He goes 0, 1, 2, boom. Another example right here off the curl, takes one dribble. And this is where these kids really kind of bend the rule in their favor. So he catches, dribble. So he has it here. If we back it up frame by frame. So has he gathered the ball yet, or is it when you put two hands on the ball? Because if he's technically gathered it right here, I would say his right foot is down. But they do it so quick and so clean. He has two hands on the ball here, and so his left foot is down, and he gets all the way to the cup off of one dribble. Look where he goes. One dribble, boom, 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 there. Is it a travel? Maybe if you break it down, but during the speed of the game, it's impossible for these referees to see that. These kids know it, they've trained it, and they're great at it. Okay, let's get into the championship game itself. Spain ended up winning by 4 in overtime, but at one point in the fourth quarter, they were down 7 with about 6 minutes to go, and it could have gone either way. Now, if you look at the stats I got up here, you can tell France almost doubled Spain up in rebounds. And the thing that I really want to emphasize is the offensive rebounds from Spain. You'll see that they had 9, and a lot of those came in the last, we're going to watch 4 of those that come in the last 6 minutes of the game. And without all 4 of them, Spain isn't winning at all. And then the other end of the story is obviously the turnovers. You can see that France had an incredible amount of turnovers. The fact that they had that many turnovers and they were able to keep this game that close. In fact, they almost won. They probably should have won. The turnover story is telling. One stat I didn't put up here is the steals. Spain had 18, France had 3. I don't even know how you really piece all that together. I'll put a link to the full game in the description. If you got the time, I highly recommend you watch it. It's an incredible game, incredibly talented players on both sides, super fun to watch. It's the best basketball going on this summer, way better than Summer League in my opinion. Although if Wembanyama was playing for France, they probably would have won. So as I mentioned, Spain is down 7 right here with 6 minutes to go in the game, and the offensive rebounds are going to bring them right back. So they get an inside-out 3 on this possession, and now Spain's point guard, the guy who we saw booming in the other clip, he's going to get the whole board. Great cut off the ball, good finish. France is going to come down, turn the ball over right here. So Spain gets the stop to get the steal. They come down. Don't take an early one. A little patience. Drive to the basket here, and yeah, you guessed it. Another offensive rebound. Tough finish from Almanza. Here's the possession that forced overtime. So they're down 2. Little floater right there, doesn't go. Get the tip out. That's 1 offensive rebound. Guy goes for glory right here off the step back. Don't hate the shot. Another battle for the offensive rebound. Instead of forcing it inside out again, shot fake. Unfortunately, his foot was on the line. But that's how they tied the thing up and sent it to overtime. So like I said, 4 offensive rebounds in the last 6 minutes. Now, when it got to overtime, this goes to one of my basketball theories that I've held for many years. I have 0 statistical data to back this up. I have no evidence besides my own personal experiences. But let's just get into the clip. This is Spain's first possession in overtime. And my theory is that if you play great defense on a possession, like France does right here, and the possession ends with one of these, with a bank 3 on a prayer, that is just devastating. Watch France's bench. They can't believe it. They're crushed. I specifically want to draw your attention to this coach right here. When this goes in, he can't even watch the game anymore. Look at him. Unbelievable. It is the most devastating play in basketball. It is the most backbreaking. It is soul-crushing. It absolutely could. My college career ended on a bank three. That'll do it for this video. The bank three ended up being the deciding factor. Overtime was just basically a free throw battle. That's why I don't have too many clips from it. But congratulations to Spain. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.